What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today I want to talk about that wall that you guys are hitting whenever it comes to your anxiety recovery process, that plateau, right, in the graph where, it's going up and everything, and then it starts to dwindle and we can regress a little bit, and we kind of just sit here for a while and we don't make a lot of progress. First of all, guys, I'm going to say that is completely normal, okay? But you know what time it is. If you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt, smash that like button down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know, guys, what percentage do you think you are at whenever it comes down to your anxiety recovery? If you had to guess, I know we're never going to know the exact percentage. What percent do you think you are at in your anxiety recovery journey? So like I was saying, there's no perfect linear line on a graph, right, that explains anxiety recovery. We're going to have breakthroughs. We're going to have slow periods. We may regress a little bit. Life might get hard. Adversities might come up. But plateaus or hitting that wall where you're just not seeing a lot of improvement and just kind of day in and day out, things are pretty stagnant. That is completely normal. It happened many times throughout my journey. I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of different reasons why that can be happening. But the easiest way to figure out what the problem is I want you to write down, make a list today. Guys, this is going to change some of your lives. It's a simple concept, right? But I don't know, maybe some of you haven't thought of it. Write down every single thing that you have been reluctant to do in your anxiety recovery process. Think about that. What are the things that you are reluctant to do? The things that you are not willing to do, the things that you're not willing to be consistent with, the exposure that you're not willing to do, the exercise you're not willing to do, the mindfulness that you're not willing to do. And a lot of these things, you have tried them, but either you didn't get results as fast as you wanted, or you just didn't show consistency with it, right? You weren't willing to be consistent with it, or you're too nervous in general to give it a chance, okay? For some of you, that's going to be mindfulness. Like, I wanted to do everything else except for mindfulness, or I'm going to do everything else except for go for that run. I want to get 95% of this out of my system before I start running again. I'm not ready for that, okay? I want to cure 95% of my fear of driving before I get back into the car. So I'm just avoiding getting back in the car. For some of you, you refuse to change your diet. That has a big impact on your mental health, believe it or not. Maybe it wasn't having this huge impact before, or at least noticeable impact. It always has an impact, but maybe it wasn't having a noticeable impact in the past. But now that you're sensitive to everything that you put in your body, you better believe that has a very big impact now on your mental health. I was a lot more sensitive to the things that I put in my body once my anxiety got into high gear. So some of you are reluctant to changing your diet up or even taking steps. And you don't have to just change everything all at once or go run a marathon or completely go keto or jump back in the car and take a 6-hour trip. I'm not asking that. But some of you are just reluctant to get the ball rolling with that and to develop consistency. Give these tools a chance. Some of you sat down one time because you heard meditation was great. You sat down, you're like, oh, this is weird, and you stopped and you didn't do it again. Or, I feel my heart beating even more now that I'm sitting here with this meditation. This is weird. Some of you tried to give exercise a try, and the minute you got past power walking, you started to feel your heart rate going up, and you got nervous, and you shut it down. You're like, oh, no, I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. Some of you have tried to expose yourself to the car or going to work or going to social situations, and your symptoms started to get agitated. Guys, I'm telling you, in my recovery journey, the things that I was most reluctant to do were the things that set me free. And a perfect example of this, one thing that would have been at the top of my list was the exercise thing. With my heart anxiety, I would go to the doctor, I'd get checked out. I'd try to do all my research, I started to eat healthier. I started to try to change up some things, but for 2 years, I was not willing to push it hard. And whenever I mean push it, like something faster than just like a little jog. I didn't want to do like a moderate jog or go past like 20 push-ups and stuff like that because I was so scared that I was going to have a heart attack. So guess what? For 2 years, I was stuck. I made a little bit of gains. I got to a point to where my acceptance was a little better. I felt like maybe this isn't a heart issue, but I still don't want to risk it, right? I still don't want to risk it. So eventually I did that. And that was the thing that I was reluctant to do. I was too terrified to do it, I felt. I didn't want to chance myself having or risk myself having a heart attack by pushing it in my exercises. So I put it off. But guess what? I just stayed in this state of non-growth. I stayed stagnant. I wasn't being very proactive. I wasn't making any gains. So once that happened, guess what? That right there by itself, even more so than going to the doctors, which is still necessary, that by itself set me free. Like what I just said, the things that you are most reluctant to do in your anxiety recovery process are going to be the things that actually set you free and get you there faster. I did not really worry about my heart again after I did that workout where I pushed it and ran when I was having a panic attack. Felt like I was risking it. Was it hard to do? Was it a barrier I had to get through? Yeah. Was it worth it? Oh my God, yeah. And even though I was happy after I did that, I was still frustrated because I was like, man, I wish I would have done this like a year and a half ago. So make a list, guys. Some of you are going to have 30, 40, 50 things on this list, right? And whenever I say reluctant, I'm not saying just reluctant to like try it. I'm talking about reluctant to be consistent with it. And guys, this is a funny thing. The answer to your anxiety recovery is going to be on that paper. That's what's so amazing about this. So take me up on this, guys. Write down everything that you're reluctant to do or the things that you've been reluctant to be consistent with. And I'm telling you, it's going to change everything. That's the answer. That's why you're plateaued right now. That's why you're not seeing more explosive growth. That's why that last 20% has been 20% for 2 years. If you think about it, you do know why you're not getting past these things. You do know why you're not growing. I don't know, maybe a video like this can kind of open your eyes and be like, yeah, that makes sense. We're searching for anything but that, anything but this, anything but that. I'm still looking, I'm searching, I'm trying. But you got a whole sheet of paper of things that you're reluctant to do. Okay? So make that list today. If you want more help with your anxiety recovery, check out Elite Anxiety Bootcamp down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. It's a step-by-step process on how I personally got past panic disorder, health anxiety, and generalized anxiety disorder. Here's a review. Alex Brittingham said, your course cured me. Took probably 6 months of very hard work, but I made it. Make sure to be a part of that. I've been posting tons of reviews. I want you to have the evidence that this is working for people before you actually go through with it, all right? And I'm also going to give you a code today that's going to take 20 off. Instead of 67, we'll bring it down to 47, all right? So anxiety recovery, use that code at checkout, save you $20, get you on the path towards recovery. One-on-one coaching information is down below. Also, a link for online therapy if you want to try that is down there. My socials. Guys, I love you so much. Like this if you got value. And until next time, keep fighting.